So how do you mitigate against this? One of the first things we should do is not run DTP on the switch port. We should say switch port mode and specify a mode such as access. We should put this port into a unused VLAN if the port is not in use. So if this interface or port gigabit 00 is not in use, we should put it into a separate VLAN. We should disable DTP. So now show interface trunk. Notice no trunk ports on the switch. If I send DTP messages to the switch, it's not going to negotiate to form a trunk because I've explicitly made it an access port and I've disabled DTP on the port. Show spanning tree. The switch is still not the root switch. What we should do on that port is type spanning tree, root guard as an example. So we want to stop another device becoming the root. And notice as soon as I type that, the port has been blocked because another device on that port wants to be the root. So show spanning tree, VLAN 2, or let's say VLAN 1 because that port's in VLAN 1. Notice the port is blocking. We've got a message root inconsistent. The port has been disabled. If I shut the port down and then no shut it, so bring it down and no shut it to re-enable it, what's going to happen now? Notice port is blocked once again because Kali Linux is sending BPDUs to the switch. Port is blocking. It's essentially shut down because BPDUs have been received on that port. We see root inconsistent. So show interface gigabit 00 switch port. Even though the port is in VLAN 1, it's still an access port. The port is enabled, but spanning tree is blocking that port, or has essentially shut the port down because BPDUs have been received on the port. So as an example, if I open up a terminal in Yersinia, ifconfig more shows me the IP address 10.1.1.1. Can we ping the router in the network? And the answer is no. The PC has been taken offline. But if I shut down Yersinia, so I quit Yersinia, and then I shut the port down, and then no shut it, once that port transitions to the forwarding state, it should start forwarding traffic. Notice we see root guard unblocking port. No BPDUs have been received on that port. Port has gone to the learning state and eventually should go to the forwarding state. Takes about 30 seconds. So notice now the port is forwarding. So as you can see, the pings are timing out, but now they're succeeding once again. So because I'm not sending BPDUs, the pings succeed. But I'll open up another window here, and I'll start Yersinia in interactive mode. G to show the menu, spanning tree, X to start an attack, press 4 to send BPDUs. What we should see is that pings start failing, and they are. Notice they stuck at 119. Notice now we're seeing destination unreachable. So essentially when Yersinia starts sending messages to the switch, so BPDUs, the switch is going to block that port and the pings are going to fail. Kali Linux is essentially taken off the network.